I am also really delighted to be here. And if you could see what I can see, you would be too. Wow, such an amazing, amazing crowd of women. Is it okay if I start with a story? Because a few years ago, I started transforming my life. I come from a background with a lot of anxiety, depression, traumas, and kind of hardships. And then a few years ago, my grandfather passed away. And I loved him very much. And he became 94 years old, and he was like, I've lived long enough. I don't know if anyone's ever known someone who's like, I've lived long enough. But he said, I want to go home, man. And I said, yeah, of course, that's fine. But then he didn't pass away right away. And he started struggling with anxiety and depression, and he cried a lot. And it broke my heart, and I was like, Grandpa, why are you crying? And he said, I regret my life. And I can remember the first time he said it, I was like, no, you can't be for real. You can't regret an entire life, 94 years. And he said, there's nothing there that I am proud of. And I was thinking to myself, he's forgot his son, he's forgot all his achievements, he's forgotten that he's done all these things with the farm and stuff. But then he started talking. You know, Anne, running a farm was never my passion. Running a farm was never my dream. I never dreamt of the life I had. I did it because others expected it. I took over my farm because I was scared of what other people would say if I didn't. I didn't want to let anyone down. I didn't want to fulfill other people's, didn't want to break their expectations. And now it's too late. And he cried. And I can remember the first time I walked out of that room and I was like, what do I tell him? What do I tell my grandfather, whom I love, whom has wasted his life? What do I tell him? It wasn't wasted. It was amazing. You did well. I did tell him that. I told him that I was grateful. I told him that he was a blessing to me and my children and to my father, and that we loved him. And at the same time, I understood what he was talking about. Because his dream was so different. He was creative. He wanted to do art. He wanted to travel the world. He wanted to influence people. And he was stuck in a small farm on the west of Norway. And I can remember I was thinking to myself, I don't want to end up there when I'm 94, in a bed, regretting that I did not fulfill my dreams and my passions. So I took action, tiny, tiny steps. Started getting some more education, started learning psychology and stuff, because I was a kindergarten teacher by profession, but I've been helping people, coaching, since I was 20. I love to help people. And so I started taking these small steps. But then, last year, my father came home, and he sat down at the kitchen table. And he was like, he was really down. And normally he's a very happy, cheerful guy, and he was sitting there. And do you know what the worst regret a man can have is? And I was like, oh no. There's going to come something really like not cheerful now. And I said, no, Dad, what is it? And he looked at me and he had this, as if he didn't have any hope. And he said, the worst regret a man can have is not doing the things they wanted to do when they had the chance. And I just walked into the living room and I cried and I just said, never, ever am I going to look back at my life not having taken the chances that I could take. And as I'm listening to the others here, they're talking about you can become whatever you want to become. You can create whoever you want to be. And what do you want? And the fact is, it's true. I hope you know it. Because when I look at whom I was and whom I am now, you wouldn't recognize me. I have transformed my life, but I've transformed myself. And it is something about taking responsibility for who you are. But live with love, which is my motto. It's based on the fact that without love, we can't be happy. Without love, we are not fulfilled. And whose opinion is the most important one to you? Yeah, it's your own. It's your own. And so I would like for now, since you have your pens and your books, I want you to write down 5 things. For some of you, this will be easy. For some of you, it will be hard. 5 things about yourself that you really like. That you really like. Well done. I'm hoping that you guys are done. Because the thing is, we can live a life based on what others expect from us, or we can live a life out of love. But with my grandfather, he lived his life out of fear of rejection, out of fear of letting others down, out of fear of letting himself down. Because to follow your dreams actually takes a whole lot of courage. Because you have to do something that doesn't feel safe. You have to step outside of your comfort zone. It's like Ellen is talking about, one of the things she does is she helps people to expand their comfort zone. One of Mirella's greatest strengths is to help people to dream really big and then take the steps that are necessary. And in order for you to be able to take those steps, move out of the comfort zone, you actually have to know what's good about you. You have to have the confidence within yourself. You have to love yourself. And so what I want to say is, you are truly amazing. And do not compare yourself with anyone. Did you notice that the 3 previous speakers were quite different from each other? Who in here noticed? Right? Did you also notice that all of them delivered awesome content? Because we are different, right? I don't compare myself with the others. I love them. And I benefit from it. I take notes and I'm like, oh, okay, that hit me. That's true. That's amazing. But then I am me. I know what I stand for. And so should you. And that's what I want to encourage you to. Know what is your strength. Know what you stand for. Know what is your value and your worth. So what I do is I actually do a lot of self-talk, because I come from, as I said, a really tough background. And so in order for me to transform myself, I had to change the way I was thinking. Because if I were to talk to anyone else the way I talked to myself before, I would not have any friends. Really, I wouldn't. So, but now I would. Because I'm telling myself, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm telling myself, oh, you're freaking awesome. You're amazing. You're full of love. You're on the way to where you want to get. And when you do that every single day, you change. You transform. But you actually have to do it. It's so easy to sit there and say, yeah, I can do that. And it's so hard to actually do it day by day by day. But when you have a strong enough why, you're going to do anything. And the why will actually be what motivates you. So write that down. You have to find out what you like about yourself. You have to find your strength. And if you can't, ask those around you. They will know. Those around you will definitely know what's your strength. And then why? Why do you want to transform? Why do you fulfill your dreams? One of my biggest whys are, I do not want to end up like my grandfather. Right? I do not want to sit there or lay or, well, actually go for a walk when I'm 94, regretting my life. I want to be fulfilled. I want to look back at my life and think, whoa, you were courageous. You were amazing. Well done. So, and so are you. You have something to give to the world. You have something to give to the world. And you have something to give yourself. So be courageous, be authentic, be yourself, and know that you're amazing.
Thank you so much, Anna.